at the session house in the Old Bailey. You catch us today. In a moment of crime, there was James Tate indicted for stealing a linen handkerchief. There was Henry Todd indicted for stealing 2 live pigs. Catherine Saunders for stealing a silver tablespoon. Margaret indicted for stealing a white petticoat, a silk petticoat, a calico petticoat, 3 white Manchester petticoats, 4 dimity petticoats, 12 pair cotton stockings, 4 pair silk stockings, 50 muslin handkerchiefs, 13 cambric handkerchiefs, crimes of the penning of brides, of the killing of a wife, of the being married to one husband upon the 6th of March and to a second upon the 9th of July, and yes, of course, of the horrible and detestable sin of buggery. Bigamy! Buggery! Bribery! Burglary! Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I could go on and on. But sadly, we only really have time for 1 or 2. We begin with case number 1. How old are you? How old do you know for what purpose you are brought here? Do you know what an oath is? Yes, I agree. This case is most tedious. A narrative too sluggish to entice. Perhaps the testimony of this police inspector will more promptly whet your curious appetite. It was December the 14th. I was in Parliament Street near the post office. I saw the prisoner. I saw her walk up to a letterbox. She was holding a small packet. One of the corners was slightly alight. I rushed up, extinguished the flame, and took her into custody. No, ladies and gentlemen, still born. Well, then, there is a 3rd case. Such an abominable crime, attended with such odious circumstances as Tiff thought scarce any story can parallel it, especially in this almost murderous and chastened climate. These other cases shall be resumed anon. But now, a history of an abominable monster. A married woman was arraigned for that. She, to the disgrace of womankind, wickedly monster replied, the dog said, I do not know what an oath is. You know there is a God that guides his world. What do you think will happen to people that are wicked? Where do they go? This witness was quite amazed. She called up another man, and after that, a man who was practicing this beast. Yes, they fully evidenced this in court, where the dog was also brought, being set on the bar before this woman. Hunter, by wagging his tail, making motions, as it were, to curse her. The woman had nothing to say, but denying the fact, alleging it was malice in the witnesses. After full consideration of the circumstances, the monster received sentence of death. Now you must take